All right, I want to welcome everybody to the family tree. Put your hands together, family. Hey, hey.
Yeah.
What's up? What's up?
Yo.
Put your hands together.
Yeah.
This
Hey,
is the place.
hey,
Hopefully, hopefully everybody is doing well. This is
Yeah,
the
man.
place. We say the Holistic Health Network where we use
Wow.
it together. All right, right. Because all that's going on is going to get a hump day
Yeah, I know
somewhere in
that's
that
right.
middle of the week, right?
Hey, y'all, hump day after Dr. Kofi's Earth Day.
The after folks.
Pocos hombres.
Yeah, how about that?
Somos
All right,
felices
come
Kobe.
on in, come on in, come on in. More folks, come on,
Pero
more
cuando
folks,
tú
come on in, come on in.
Yeah.
Hacer lo que
All
te
right,
gusta.
we're gonna get started, and I'm gonna bring it on down, Big B.
Tomar
I
tus
want to say to
propias
everybody,
decisiones.
welcome on through.
Hacer
Welcome
de
on
tu
through.
vida un
Yeah.
milagro. Una realidad.
Yeah. When you come in, just announce where you're coming from, guys. That's what it's all about.
All right. Yeah, folks still coming on in. Come on in. And there we go. Can you see me now, Big B?
Yes, sir. Gotcha.
All right. I want to welcome everybody to the family tree. This is the place we say when you get the middle of the week boost, right?
Oh, that's
Of
right, man.
holistic health. We call it the family tree. If you join
Yes,
us for the
sir.
very first time, this is the place where we call it the family tree because we say we gather around these ancient trees. These ancient trees we call ancient laurel trees,
Yeah,
where
buddy.
literally we gather around and we talked about everything. We talked about what's going on, testimonies, anything that's going on when it's talking about problems, situations, and most importantly, prayer. That's right.
Yeah,
When
buddy.
you had a problem with something, gather around the tree.
Yeah,
because
buddy.
that's your real social
Social security.
Y'all got to
Yes,
say
sir.
it slow. Say it
That's
slow.
right.
Social
Social security.
because
That's
the Social
right.
Security is not a check, y'all. It's a family. Got it? That's where your family. So if you have a problem, situation, anything on your heart or your mind, guess what? It's probably right around the tree. So we invite you to join the conversation tonight. If you have a question on your heart, on your mind, anything you want to talk about, you can go right on down to the chat bar right there at the chat bar, and you can click on the heart. See where the heart is? Right where the heart is, click that, and you can go up and you can put your hand up like Big B up there. Big B, you got your hand up?
Yes, sir, buddy.
All right. And what you can do, we'll ask questions. You'll be in queue. If you're someone that says, well, I don't want to ask or get into queue, but maybe I have a question. Well, you can go right on down into the chat box, hit the chat, and guess what? Big B or Prophetess, I don't know if she's in yet.
I haven't seen it yet, but
I haven't seen it yet, but you can actually ask the question and we'll try to bring it forward, okay? We can't get to everybody, all right? Want to make sure we hear that. We cannot get to everybody, but we'll do our best to make sure we ask the question. If you're somebody that's calling by maybe phone and you're calling for the very first time, you may have missed the prompt where it tells you how to raise your hand. No worries. Just let us know that you're calling by phone and we'll try to get you in. How's that sound? All right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right, we're going to get started, and without a doubt, I want to give our host with the most, Big B, Bill 1L Morgan, a hand.
Yeah, buddy.
Big
Yes, sir, man.
B.
Yo, man. That's what's up, buddy.
What's up, buddy? How you doing over there, man? You got your favorite shirt on, the Ranch
Yeah.
Hope for Boys. Yes,
Bam.
yes. And how was the weather over there today?
Hey, man, good day, man. Practically, look, I would not die. We did not get to 60 degrees today. Man. Can you believe that?
Wow. Yeah.
But you know what? March. I'm saying I'm like a couple days there, but you know what? March is always a crazy month.
Yeah.
You're coming out of February going on. March is all over the place. You know,
Yeah.
weather-wise, cold, hot, in between the whole nine.
I
yards.
know, and this is the dangerous weather too,
Ooh,
because
yeah, man.
you know people take the jackets off, think that everything's cool, and then that's
Yeah.
when the thing go boom, knock you right on down. So
I
watch
know,
that
that's right.
pneumonia. That walking pneumonia is something,
But
man.
they ain't
Yeah.
getting nothing here, buddy.
So Big B, I was just before we were coming on, I was listening that the flu numbers they're changing again,
Oh, man.
and then not only with that. We have the first case of measles death, that
Yeah.
happened with the youth. So tell us where our latest numbers are, if you have those numbers for us today. You
Yeah, I
those
got mine
numbers?
here. Yeah,
Mhm.
man. Our early indicators for test positivity right now. Looking at the whole thing across with the viruses, COVID, the whole nine yards. And we're at point that's at 4.6%, Dr. P. Okay,
Mhm,
and for emergency visit at the hospital, that dropped a little bit down to 0.9%, just a tad dropped down, right?
mhm.
But we're looking at what we call a severity of indicators for hospitalizations. That's starting to kind of tail up just a little, just a tad, 2.9%. per 100,000 population. Now,
Mm.
our death things right now, right? Look, you know what? That's dropped a little bit. However, be careful because with all these new things Dr. Paul just got through talking about, there's measles and other things right now. We're at 1.1%. That's for
Yeah.
deaths all across. So listen, guys,
Yeah.
make sure
We
you
got
do
to
what you
stay
got to
on
do.
it.
You got to stay on top of it. Okay. So that's
Yeah.
where we are, Dr. B.
Yeah, we got to stay on top of it. Hopefully everyone's doing what we talk about here every week, and that's build your immune system naturally. If you're starting to do something, you got to take yourself through those cleansing times. Stay up on your water, make sure your nutrition level is high. You got to stay on top of things.
Yeah.
Exercise really does make a difference. When you can exercise, you can actually keep the body in a state of balance where now you can fight off a lot of things. So
Yeah,
don't
man.
just take your herbs and do your green drinks and drink your water and don't exercise. That's bad. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure you're doing all the above holistically, is what we say. All right. All right. We're going to get started. I want to start off today with, of course, our favorite subject and topic is always Big B. I always talk about the testimonies. The
Yeah,
testimonies
man.
go a long way, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Yes, sir,
Go a
man.
long way. I'm going to tell you every week I have a story that's gripping, and only in this profession that I experience the what we say the thrill of victory and the
Yes.
agony of defeat.
Agony of defeat.
And
Indeed, my
that's
friend.
because people are going through the stages. So one day I'll wake up and I'll get a call that so and so passed away and may have been, trying and struggling and doing what, they were doing for a long time. And then at the same time, there was a new birth.
Yeah, man.
Someone
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
born, that was trying to have a baby. So this actually happens because we know that the times that get really rough, we need a testimony. You need something to get through what you're going through, Big
Yeah,
B.
man.
That
Yeah,
means
man.
some people are either going in a storm, some people are in a storm, and some people are coming out of a storm. No matter what, we want to hear your testimony. If you have anything on your heart and mind that we want to shout you all the way through, no matter what
Yeah,
stage you're
man. That's
in,
so true. So very
because
true.
that means something for not just yourself, but the person that you're sharing it with. Do you know that you get empowered by even telling your story? Wow, did you know that, Big B?
Uh-huh. Yes,
They
sir.
said that people start to, when you give, you receive at the same time.
Yep, yep,
So
yep,
that's
yep.
why we encourage you to tell your story because it's a blessing in both ways. So, blood pressure might have got right this week. You might have had something, took a herb for the first time, tried something new. Anything that is going to be, we say, crawl, walk, run. We want to celebrate you today. So, officially, we want to open up the floor. Anybody have any testimony on their heart and mind? Anything they went through today? You can even be an ambassador because we got a lot of ambassadors here,
Oh,
Big
yes,
B.
buddy. I
We
know
got
that's
a
right.
lot of ambassadors out here. We say start good trouble.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Start
Well, and
good
the
trouble.
ones we call the sleuth testimonies,
The
man.
stealth testimonies. Yes, yes, yes. So, Big B, the floor is officially open. Is there anyone with a testimony they want to share with the family this evening?
Anyone, come on.
Anybody? Anybody?
Don't all speak up at once. Come on, now. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Hi,
Anybody got something they want to
gotta
share?
bring this up.
Who's that?
That's
Dr.
Clarence.
Clorinda?
Yes.
Come on.
I I have a pet peeve about diabetes, and so does my sister.
Mm-hmm.
And I have gotten into the habit of asking all my patients who are diabetics, what was the first thing that the doctor did when they diagnosed you with diabetes?
Mm.
Have not yet had one who said, my doctor sat down and discussed it with me. My doctor sent me to a dietitian or a nutritionist. First thing they did, wrote a script.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wrote a
Right.
script.
Wow.
And
Wow.
when they tell me that, I tell them, I say, okay, just give me a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Just give me a minute.
Give you a minute to get yourself
Give me a
together.
minute. Yeah.
Because we
And
know
then
what you really want to have to say to
right.
her,
And then I
yeah.
tell them what should have been done. You should have been educated about what your diabetes means
Mm.
and how you need to make dietary changes so that you can get out of being diabetic, maybe back in the pre-diabetic phase, and maybe get rid of it altogether and get off your medicines. And the
Mm.
majority of folks that are on metformin call their doctors and tell their doctors, I'm having some problems with my belly, and kind of like, we'll just leave you on it for a little bit longer. Okay.
Mm.
On what planet does that make any sense?
Mm.
Knowing that one of the side effects of metformin is GI disturbance.
There you go. That's the number
Mm-hmm.
one side effect because you're not assimilating from the very beginning with
Right,
diabetes.
right. So I tell my patients, you need to educate yourself, and I'll give them, just kind of baby stepping some of them. And
Yeah.
you need to go to, I said, look up any medication that they give you. I said, don't just accept it. I said, when they're going to send it to the pharmacy, just because they send it to the pharmacy doesn't mean you have to pick it up.
That's right. That's
Amen.
right.
That's true. So very
So
true.
when they send it to the pharmacy, look up what the side effects and things are, because it doesn't make sense that you're on Repatha, which is an injectable cholesterol medicine, and you're on atorvastatin and you're on ezetimibe. Why? They're all for the same thing. Why do they have you on 3 medicines? The same doctor prescribe it. Well, somebody in the office did. Yeah, so it's just been.
Yes, but you know
I only
what?
worked 2 days this week.
And you only work 2 days. That's enough right there for the whole week right there.
Yes, I'm done.
First of all, let's give Dr. Clorinda a hand for being the ambassador on the
So very
floor
true.
and doing what you do. Come on, mute for it, y'all. Come on.
Congratulations.
Oh, and plus, I've been doing my glaucoma thing, my eye wash, because I've been explaining to the patients the anatomy of the eye, where you have the 3 different chambers, and the one that's anterior is where you get your glaucoma. It's where you not glaucoma, cataracts. That's where your cataracts develop because your eyes are thirsty. They need a drink. And I said, so what happens if you cough up or blow your nose, get a big wad of snot, put it on a tissue paper, and let it sit in the air? Well, it dries up. That's the same thing that happens to your eye.
There you go.
You put water in it, it gradually breaks down, goes back to a liquid form, and goes away. Try this with your cataracts before you have surgery.
And stay off all that processed food, drying up the eyes and all that stuff. This sugar,
all that processed food. Oops.
The processed I like that, Big B. Processed.
See, I'm gonna start.
That's gonna be the. I'm gonna use that with processed. Thank you, Dr. Clorinda. And you know what? It's interesting you said that, because, I have so many people that come through, and then I had a buddy of mine who worked at the hospital. To be unnamed here in Philadelphia. I'm not going to tell the whole story where he's from, but he actually worked, and he was a medical engineer. So he tested equipment and everything, make sure this JRAC, J-code certified and all those things for the equipment and things that they're measuring when you go in surgery, right? And he says, Doc, he says, I got a job opportunity for somebody. It pays $30,000. And it's all expenses, as far as health and insurance and everything, and health and with benefits and everything. I said, oh wow. I said, maybe I can tell some folks how to do it. He says, guess what you're going to have to do? I said, well, what do they have to do? He says, all they got to do is sit outside of the pharmacy. Y'all catch me on this one.
Okay.
I said, well, what do you mean sit outside the pharmacy? He says, yeah, all you got to do is sit outside the pharmacy. The door that when the people come out after they get their medication, there's a chair sitting right here. So all you got to do is sit in this chair, Big B, and Dr. Clorinda all day, and that's it. And I said, wait a minute, you got to tell me that's a job. That's $30,000 job. He said, yep. He said, because it's a job next to the chair is a big old bin, trash bin. And he says,
see how many
so he said, the job of the person is that once they come out of the pharmacy, his chair is sitting here and it's a big old thing, trash can. He said they have to go continuously and pull out all of the pharmaceutical drugs that people are throwing away right after they come out.
Have mercy.
$30,000 job. That's what he said.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that amazing? So if you're at the pharmacy and you see a chair,
oh, have mercy. Have mercy.
Real story.
Wow, man. Wow.
So what does that say to us? What does that say? People are actually filling prescriptions and not taking it. They're
Taking
actually
it,
throwing it
yeah.
right in the trash.
Mm.
I tell you, you got to be kidding me. He says, no joke, man. He said, I'll show you the job description. It says
Mm.
sitting in the chair all day. That's
Well,
it.
look, tell them to send that to me. I do that right now since I'm not doing nothing nowadays. I'll sit by the
Yeah.
trash can.
This world we live in is wacky. Let me tell
Yeah.
you. It's
My, my,
crazy.
my.
All right, let's see. Who else we have? Anybody else have a
Anybody
testimony?
else?
Anybody have
Anybody
a
else?
It's
testimony on their
not
heart?
really a testimony, Grand Risings, everyone.
All
Hey,
right,
Nita.
Nita.
I just want to stress because of the situation I went through last Thursday with my husband,
Mm,
just to stress if you have any relatives, loved ones,
Mm-hmm.
anyone in a nursing facility, learn certain signs and symptoms of whatever is going on with your loved one
yeah.
and be an advocate. Speak up. Any of you on the Zoom who have my
Yes.
number, because I do get calls. I don't tell people what to do, but I do coach them
Mm-hmm.
into
Uh-huh.
the
Yes, yes.
direction. Because
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
last week my husband had a nephrology appointment. That's a kidney doctor
Mm-hmm.
because he is in renal failure. And I went to go take him, and I'd been noticing that his abdomen was getting larger. But when I went in on Thursday and saw him, and I said, "Oh no, you can't go to the doctor." His respirations were 40,
Mm.
Mm.
breathing. He looked like a whale sitting up there.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
He had
Wow.
on a t-shirt that was 2X, and that wasn't fitting. He was about to bust out of it.
Wow.
Mm.
His lower extremities were very swollen.
Mm.
I
Mm-mm.
had never met the doctor, so the nurse comes in, take his blood pressure, and to give him medication. And I'm wondering, do you know how to do assessment? I mean, do you see him? He
Mm-hmm.
has to get out of here. He has to go to the hospital.
Yep, that's right.
I
That's right.
asked her twice. I said, "Do you have the stethoscope?" Because I wanted to listen to his heart and his lungs.
Mm.
And she was looking at me like I didn't know. "Do you have a stethoscope?" See,
Mm-hmm.
have one on your cart when you come around to
Wow.
take his blood pressure and check the pulse
Mm.
out. And she said, "Oh, I'll go see if I can find one." And I said, "Oh my God, come on." Now,
Mm.
the facility does have LPNs and RNs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Called the doctor, and I told the doctor, and the doctor looked at him because we did videos. She rolled the phone over to see him. And I said, he can't go to his nephrology appointment. He needs to go to the hospital.
Mm. Yeah.
Response was, I would prefer him to go see the nephrologist because when I send patients, I don't like sending patients out to the hospital because they don't do anything but send them back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, that
Wow.
was her response.
Wow.
And I said,
Wow.
it doesn't matter. He needs to be evaluated. And he is going to the hospital one way or the other.
Mm.
I have to
Mm-mm.
call 911 or do whatever. So finally, two other people came in, a respiratory therapist and another nurse, the unit supervisor. Took his oxygen level, it was down to 82.
Wow.
They
Mm.
immediately
Mm-mm.
went and got
Wow.
oxygen for him. And the doctor was still adamant about getting someone to take him since I wasn't going to take him, but that didn't
Wow.
happen. Finally, the EMS came in and took him to the hospital. Immediately, they started diuresing him because he had ascites. And for those of you, ascites is fluid that's building up in your abdomen.
Mm-hmm.
If they
Mm-hmm.
didn't get that fluid off, then they would have to have tapped the belly to remove that fluid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like the facility where he is, so to speak, but I will be making arrangements to have a meeting with the director of nursing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
There's no way nurses coming around taking vitals, giving meds, and you can't see what's wrong with him.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, yes. And
It's
Nita, I want to first have everybody come off mute because,
No,
we want to wrap our arms
man.
around you,
No
Nita,
joke. No,
because,
no doubt.
you
No
know,
doubt.
I want to say congratulations for you staying on point. You
Yeah.
set the
Being the
example for
advocate.
so
Yes.
many people
Yes.
right now, so many people that are listening
Yeah.
right
Mm-hmm.
now. are standing in the gap for somebody else, and you have just brought a major point. You
Mm-hmm.
have to watch over folks when they're in hospice care or in the hospitals or any care outside of their
Yes,
home. You
yes.
got to be on top of it because people just the etiquette level of etiquette and bedside manner is non-existent anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They're overwhelmed, overworked. People are tired. People are frustrated. The system itself is breaking down. Therefore, that means that care is not being done properly, and we
Mm-hmm.
have to talk
Mm-hmm.
about cleanliness. So many things. Even the highest, one of the largest effects of what's happening in hospitals now is H. pylori. Why?
Yeah,
Because
man. Yeah,
people
man.
are just not taking care. It's a communicable disease. People are not cleaning things. The floors have to be done. The bed sheets have to be cleaned. You have to watch things, and anything that's happening with the patient that is very just like Neitha had saw that they were starting showing signs of swelling and edema and all those things that are happening. Those are signs that there's a change. So if
Mm-hmm.
somebody's
Mm-hmm.
not watching out for that, you got to really be the person for that. So watch over people. If you know somebody in the hospital, if you can get to them, if you're taking care of like your family members, please stay on top of that. So Nitha, I give you a great hand. Thank you
Yes,
so much
indeed.
for doing
Yes,
what you're doing.
indeed.
Everybody come off mute for
No
her.
doubt.
Let's
Yes,
give her a
indeed.
hand.
Thank, thank you,
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Anita.
Keep you in
Anita.
prayer. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Wow. God bless
Congratulations.
you. God bless.
Yes.
Thank you.
Right.
And
Yes.
as my sister said,
Bless
med-
you.
Lucky to
Bless
have
you.
you, Lisa.
Yes. And because Neetha, that really comes into play as a major point that what you did, what you're doing is continuously staying on top of them. We say hold the feet
Mm-hmm.
to the fire. That's what
No
we say.
doubt. No
Hold the
right,
doubt.
feet to the fire. That's right.
because medicine is not like it used to be. They don't practice, it's not practical medicine anymore. It's,
No.
That's right.
it's
Yeah.
you said it's corporate medicine.
You got
Amen.
it.
Right
Yeah.
here.
Amen. So very
Corporate
true.
Yeah.
medicine.
That's right. You got a
God
good
bless you.
turn.
And
That's
prayers are with
that's
Right.
exactly.
Yeah, she said
Yeah.
it's
you in
corporate
your
medicine.
pocket.
Yeah. What is their person's health care? What do they have? Oh, well, let's see. We can get them in here a couple more days longer,
Yeah.
all that stuff. So, yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Anita.
You're
Appreciate you.
welcome.
And you
All
know
right.
what, Dr. Hall, if I may speak on Nita's point, especially with corporate medicine, and a lot of these facilities are run by governmental organizations, and with things that are happening with the United States right now, where people are losing their jobs. You understand what I'm saying? You know where I'm going
Mm-hmm.
with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
People are receiving letters of where they're being fired. So people are just people are afraid. They don't really know what they're doing right now. There's a shortage everywhere, guys. Please bear that in mind. So you
Mm-hmm.
must advocate for other people.
Yep. Make
Because
sure you're advocating.
yeah, you got to do that, because if you don't, a lot of folk are gonna be out of here real soon. And I'm not gonna have that. Not on my part.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Stay on top of it, family. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Anyone
Anybody
else
else?
have a testimony that
Testimony.
we want to
Yes,
talk
I
about?
do. I
Okay.
All
do.
right,
And
Cricketa.
it's
Come
gonna
on,
be
Cricket.
it's gonna be quick this time because
That's all right.
I spoke the last time.
That's all
But
right.
anyway,
Mhm.
I went to my doctor's today. It was my 6-month follow-up. So she got out the report and she started reading off my numbers for stuff like for the sugar and different things. And then she said, "Oh, and your cholesterol, is pretty good." And I said, "Wow, okay." I was thankful for that. And then she talked about that she looked at my DEXA scan and she said that I have osteoporosis and it's really kind of bad in my spine and in my hip. And that she recommended for me to go on medication. So I just looked at her. I said, "Is there any other way?" And she said, "Well, you should have been doing that already." And I said, "Okay, what was that?" And she said, like the calcium and weight-bearing exercises and stuff. I said, "Well, I take my calcium every day, but I have not been doing the weight-bearing exercises. So I'm motivated to do that now." So I said, "I will do that." So she said, "Okay, then we'll wait and do a review later for that." And then she looked and she said, "Okay, the blood pressure is not so bad, but you only taking one medication, and that's for blood pressure." Then she looked, she said, I see you're not taking your cholesterol medicine." I said, "I'm taking Metamucil." And then she commenced to say, "Oh, well, I'm going to send you for another test." But she don't recall that she had already told me my cholesterol was okay. And that's when I knew right then that when people and when you all on this family tree have been saying how they will push those pharmaceuticals no matters what.
Amen.
It was proven to me this very day in her office when she had already told me that my cholesterol numbers were okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's okay?
And when I told her, she said they were fine. Like, in the range, well, she wouldn't recommend any medication. And she said, well, and I told her what, she said, well, you haven't been taking your medicine. I said, well, I've been taking Metamucil. She said, oh, well, that's not medication. That's not medication. And she went on to say, but she couldn't say anything about, oh, I'm going to give you medication. All she said, well, I will take a blood test today. And have you eaten today? I said, no. And so she sent her technician in to draw my blood for cholesterol testing. But anyway, I was so grateful just to know that you can do things holistically and health and for, the right way, just following the holistic way, and you can get better, and it can be proven on those tests right in the doctor's office. And it was proven to me today. But what I was doing was I was already on the track of getting myself better, through the way of the family tree and all the testimonies and all that good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it blows their mind, and when they can't explain it, it just drives them crazy.
Absolutely. She just looked at me like, huh.
Yes.
Because you're throwing off the numbers. You're throwing the numbers off.
She already told me it was okay.
Yeah.
So that's my testimony today.
All right. Just give Cricket a hand. Everybody better come on.
That's what's up.
Yes. Everybody come on.
Stay attentive. Stay attentive.
All right. Now.
All right.
Gotta pay attention. Yes, thank you.
Gotta pay attention. I know. That's what's up.
Pay attention. You got to stay up on, you know what we always say? We always say, don't expect anybody else to be more excited about your health than you.
I know that's right.
You got that?
Sir.
You got that? We got folks that says, I just, they want to put it on somebody else. But listen, nobody knows you better than you. You're not exposed to everything. So there is no magic bullet for everybody. You got it? So you have to learn yourself. And that means that's where the responsibility and the reforming of this concept of just do what I say means to be changed to, know thyself. Got it? That's the ancient concept of health was even in ancient times, to know thyself. That means because if you know yourself, then you're going to know the universe, because everything in the universe is inside of you. Got it?
Yes.
So with that being the case, you got to start to learn what works for you and what does not work for you. But don't let somebody come in there and tell you what you're going to be eating, this is going to happen, and this is going to happen.
I know that's right.
Studies show this and that.
I didn't remind her what she said. I did not remind. I didn't go there. I just knew that for myself.
That's right. You knew that for yourself. So congratulations, Cricket. You are doing well.
Yes, indeed.
Continue. Let's come on. Give her one more hand, y'all. Let's give her a hand, y'all. Come on,
Cricket.
For
Cricket. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cricket. Thank you for that, because that means a lot. Yes, because that really means a lot.
I hear the voice. And I have a testimony. Okay, right. Mark, come on, buddy.
Mark, how you doing there, Mark?
First, giving honor to God, give me strength each and every day I wake up. Y'all talking about pharmaceutical products. I was a pharmaceutical man for a very long time until I realized that stuff just don't work. I narrowed this stuff down so much, and this last pharmaceutical product is called Impura. And my neurologist was trying to prescribe that for me. And she was like, Mark, what we can do is maybe if you take this, it can help you walk better. And I'm like, I said, that sounds interesting. I said, but let me think about it and take it from there. So I did my research, and it had so many pharmaceutical side effects to this crap. And I'm like, oh no, ain't no way. And I'm like, can make me walk better. I said, only way things can make me walk better is to exercise. That's the only way.
Get it moving. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Get this thing moving. And I've been doing this here for a long time. So after a period of time, I said, Doc, I don't think I can use this. And I'm walking like like I'm doing now, but it's just a matter of time when I get over the hump.
Mm.
So that was a while back. So now I'm sitting here doing my exercising, and I did an exercise today, and God put it on my mind to do it. And when I did it, it was in my front groin, the side. It was so sore, and I did not realize it, and I put pressure
Mm.
on that. Oh my God, it was a game changer. After I
Mm.
did that, I'm sitting there walking like normal. I'm like, oh, snap, crackle,
Wow.
pop.
Yeah, man.
But
All right.
when I did it, it was so sore afterwards because I sat down for a little bit and it got stiffened up on. But that just let me know I hit that area. The
Mm-hmm.
only thing I
Mm-hmm.
had to do is keep doing it, and I
Mm-hmm.
get that walk. That's the only problem I have now is just get that, and I will be walking normal. I'm
That's
telling you
right.
straight up.
That's
This is
right,
what
man.
God is telling me. I'm telling I will be walking normal. I'm prophesizing this right about now because
All right, my brother.
oh,
All
I
right.
feel
Amen.
good.
Go,
I
go,
feel
big
like
Let's
Mark.
Tony
come
the
off
Tiger.
mute for Mark. That's good. That's Mark McKenzie
That's
right
what's up,
there.
Mark.
Congratulations, Mark.
Whoa. I
Yeah,
get my
man.
jiggy
Good
on.
job, Mark.
Congratulations, Mark.
I'm doing it now. And I got stability
Tough is
again, and
tight,
I can
brother.
move like I used to.
Great
Oh,
job,
let me
Mark.
tell you, Mark.
Whoa.
Mark,
This
you get everybody excited, man.
God is
People want
so
to start.
great to me. God is
Speak
so
things
great
that be
to
not
me
as though they
beyond my
were.
wildest dreams.
Yeah,
I am
amen,
lost
Queen.
for words. I don't know how the heck I did this, but God did it. I can't claim nothing but God. If
Yes,
it was
Yeah, man.
no, this is God.
It's all that
It's
counts.
no. Oh my God. And
that's
I'm
right.
All that
That's
I'm
right.
like
counts.
reaping the benefit. And I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna go to E9 tab and I'm walking down the aisle.
Look
Normal.
out now.
All
Look
right
out now.
now.
Look out now.
Yes, I is.
Hey, Mark,
All
when
right,
Certainly.
Mark,
Mark.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Congrats.
Mark, when you do that, do the moonwalk.
You gonna moonwalk?
I'm moon.
You
Oh,
gonna?
look, I'm, and then they talking about spirit, mind, and body, crawl, walk, and run. I'm like, I'm just going to crawl and walk. I ain't talking about no run. I'm like, oh God, that you know what? I
Yeah,
just might
man.
do that
All
cartoon
right.
thing. Ay, 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 ay.
All right,
All
Mark
right, Mark. We
Kinsey.
appreciate
I'll
it,
tell you,
man.
Mark, you get everybody so excited, feel like breakdancing over here, buddy. So hey,
That's
I
my
want to thank you,
calling.
man.
That
That's
Thank you.
bad. Yeah,
that's my
buddy.
calling.
Yes,
This is my
yes,
calling to help those
yes,
like me.
yes.
That's why I'm on Facebook to prove people these herbs is the one that's going to help you out.
Yeah,
I
man.
Yes,
did
Yeah,
this
man.
on
yes,
purpose. I
yes,
did this
Yes.
on purpose.
yes.
And it's
That's
up to
right.
those to realize it. If they don't realize, there ain't nothing I can do.
That's
Yeah,
right.
but
That's
It's
right.
just
that's
Lead
leave
them
it
to
out
the thing,
there.
water, but
man.
you can't make them
Uh,
drink. That's it.
there
That's
you
it.
go. Certainly.
All right. Thank you,
That's
All
Mark.
right,
I
about
Mark.
appreciate
Appreciate
you,
it, man.
buddy. Appreciate you. All
All
right.
right.
All right,
I
Big
Hey,
want to
B.
say,
go
I,
ahead, Queen.
I want to say that my mother-in-law was diabetic and had been diabetic for over 35 years.
Okay.
I brought her into my home and I took care of her. And naturally, I had read up on this
Mm,
diabetes, and I didn't bring anything in the house that she couldn't eat.
mm,
And
Okay.
she would get those cravings, and she thought I'd hidden something upstairs. She wasn't supposed to be able to walk.
mm,
But I was at work. I would go to work and leave her there. And she had gone upstairs, and as Susan came in and she wasn't in the bed, Miss Sutton, oh, I'm up here. She said, well, what are you doing up? You aren't supposed to be up. Well, I was looking for something. I thought sis had some sweets or something up here. I just wanted something sweet.
mm,
But don't tell her.
Motivation.
Don't tell
Motivation.
her I was upstairs. Well, when she told me about it and about mom, then my sister-in-law said she went to a doctor with her, and the doctor said, I don't know what's going on. Gloria said, well, what do you mean? He said, your mother's been in my care for 35 years and her sugar's never been under control.
mm.
And she said, I don't know, it's my sister-in-law. But when you have a condition, you
Yes.
have to isolate it and you have to know yourself. You have to study what that condition is
Okay.
and then
Mm-hmm.
work with it.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
right.
but you have to like you all said earlier, know yourself. And that
Mm-hmm.
scripture says, study to show yourself approved.
Amen.
Watchman,
That's
rightly
right.
divided.
That's right.
All right, I'm finished with it. But
Amen.
just
Yeah.
learn.
All
Thank you,
right.
Queen.
All right,
Thank you,
Queen.
Queen. Come off
Yes,
mute,
indeed.
y'all.
Yes,
Y'all
sir.
got to
Yes,
give
indeed,
Queen a
indeed.
shout on that one.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Man, beautiful.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you.
Man, beautiful.
Congratulations.
Queen has
The
Man,
spoken.
Queen
yes,
found,
man.
found her motivation,
Thank you
Dr.
for the
Paul.
message, Queen.
That's right.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Queen.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's what we
buddy.
have
Yeah,
to do,
man.
what God puts on our mind. Do it.
Amen.
That's
Amen.
We
right.
are each
Amen.
other's keeper.
That's
Yes,
right.
indeed. Yes,
I
indeed.
remember my grandma used to say, when you don't do what God told you to do, you're going to do it anyway.
Well, one way or the t'other.
One way or
One
another.
way or another, you're going to do it
Yeah.
anyway.
Thy will be done.
Yes.
That's right.
Amen.
Amen on that one. Yep. Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you,
Anybody
Queen.
else?
Appreciate you.
I
Anybody
got
else?
something. I got something.
Okay, Calvin.
Hey,
man.
Calvin. What's up, buddy? Happy birthday to you, buddy.
Hey, thank you. Thank you,
Mhm.
Dr. Paul. Captain Morgan and
Yeah,
Reading the
buddy.
Family Tree. I was listening to
Did he
you
drop
muted
off?
you muted yourself by accident, Calvin.
oh my
Yes.
bad, my bad.
There you go. You good.
Okay, they're saying that if you're a senior collecting Social Security, you should go on the Social Security website and make a copy of your earnings record. Because
Mhm.
with all this crazy stuff that's going on, Trump and Musk, they got access to the Treasury Department. The Treasury Department distributes Social Security, so they can go in and delete your information. They can go in there and make changes. They can go in there and like say, if you have a record of working 40 years, they can say, well, you only work like 25 years. So you need to document the information for your protection. God
Yeah.
forbid, God forbid if something does happen, but at least if something does happen, you have a record of your information. So if you
Yeah.
need to go to see a lawyer, someone to advocate for you, or having
Mhm.
someone to speak on your behalf because you have your information.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
just think it was a good point because like all this stuff going on out here, you got to be able to cover yourself.
Yeah,
You got to
man.
be able to help the situation.
Yeah, Calvin, you're absolutely.
Anyone senior getting
Yep.
Social Security, go on the website and make a copy of all your earnings records, all your information.
Yes.
That
Yes.
can
Your
protect you
profile.
back.
And you know what, Calvin, that's an excellent point you just made because you have to go in. Everybody can do this. You can go in no matter what age you are. You can set up a profile, and your profile will show you how much your contributions have been in every job you've ever worked, and if it was actually putting towards your retirement. And I actually absolutely agree with you, brother. You have to get all your documentation because they're overhauling this thing. This is where that what's really crazy. I was just pulling some numbers off of Social Security this week. Here's something that's really wild. Check these numbers out, y'all. There's so much fraud that's going on right now. It gives them every reason to want to overhaul this thing because of the stuff that they're pulling. This is what they're pulling. Did you know there is 879 people in Social Security right now that are over 200 to 209 years old. Listed. Got that? Y'all hear that? 879 people
Listen carefully, family.
with
Listen
Social
carefully.
Security collecting. Some of them are collecting, some of them not. Or these numbers, we'll say, are collecting. This is what they're saying. This is why they're checking this. 866 people are determined to be 210 to 219 years old. Y'all know anybody like this? If so, you got to find out what kind of herb they taking.
I know that's right.
There's 1,000. Here's the largest category. 1,039 people are 220 to 229 years old.
Wow.
Got it? That's real numbers. One person, there was one person that was 200. There's over one person was like 249 years old. And one person, the top one they found of the highest Social Security numbers was 360 years old.
Wow. Wow.
This is real numbers. You got to look at yourself and say, yo, what is going on? And who has the door to this thing? So with that being the case, that gives them reason to overhaul this thing. So
Yes.
you're right. You're absolutely on point. Everybody needs to go and set up your profile. If you haven't had a profile, All you got to do is you just utilize your Social Security number. Go to the Social Security Administration. Maybe Big B, we can pull the link to Social Security where you can go in and set up your account. Everybody has the ability to set up their profile, and you can pull it down. And with a certain level of asking a few questions, credentialing, things like that, they'll set up a profile for you. Everybody can do it. Okay, because I had to set mine up. I set one for my wife up, my son, everybody. So everybody can do that, no matter what age you are. So
It's just ssa.gov, and I put it in the chat.
Okay, good,
Great,
definitely.
great.
I'll say go in there and pull all your data. That is correct. Get a hard copy. Thank you, D. That was an excellent point there, buddy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thanks for that testimony, man. We appreciate you, buddy. All right, let's give him a hand, y'all. Let's give him a hand. Let's give him
Yes,
a hand.
indeed. That's extremely important, Doctor.
That's extremely important. I'll say more importantly, timely. That's timely. Very timely. So can you if for those that are listening by phone, that's ssa.gov. All right. Apple.gov. G-O-V. Got it? All right. And that's very, very important. Very good point to make there. All right. Okay. Is that it for the testimonies? If so, we're going to go into the questions for today, Big B. What do we have?
All right, buddy. All right, Dr. Pub, we'll go. You know what? There's one on the couple on Facebook, then I'll come back to the ones inside.
Okay.
A question on Facebook that was asking about, hold on one second here. It's Irene. So Dr. Paul, question about your colon cleanser. When I take your colon cleanser, get constipated, is that normal? I'm used to a regular 2 or 3 times a day, but when I take your colon cleanse, it's only once a day.
Right. So what's happening is you got to start to make sure that your water is important. Remember, herbs are going to always bind, especially the colon cleanse. A lot of that's in the colon cleanse is going to bind to toxins to push it out of you, but you got to make sure you increase your water. So if you're doing your water, you got to make sure you increase your water. That's what we usually do. Got it? Make sure somebody's on mute. Mute yourself, everybody. Everybody mute yourself.
Reggie, can you mute yourself?
Reggie, mute yourself, Reggie. All right. So whenever you're taking any type of colon cleanse, a lot of those agents, remember, they're binders. See, binders actually are going to go directly after bacteria that start to now bind to stuff in that intestines to now push it out. So a lot of people, the issue is not when they take the colon cleanse, it's always what they're eating also. So that means also at the same time, you can't take the colon cleanse and start still eating bad. Got it? So you got to watch the top 10 toxic foods we talk about. Nothing thick. What's the other one? Creamy. And what's the other one after that?
Horse flow.
There you go. There you go. When we usually back it up, it's usually something in that category. Let me tell you the number one thing that backs people up. Pretzels. I'm gonna tell you, if there was one that keeps coming across the level all the time, it's either pretzels, popcorn, or nuts. And that causes problems with the colon.
Especially the chocolate covered ones.
All pretzels.
Or hard pretzels.
All pretzels.
All of them, y'all.
All of them. And the reason why, because it's crackers, all of that stuff. Even if it says kosher, it says non-GMO, all of that is still dehydrated and it's still not good for you. So you can't be on the colon cleanse or something like that, or doing any type of herbs that's doing colon work and still take those things because they're going to pull the moisture out of you. You know, a lot of folks are still taking oatmeal. A lot of them still eating oatmeal. So that's why we got to go down that checklist again. Go to my website. If you're doing the colon cleanse, these colon cleansers are not for the point of they're going to be very on point. So they're going to pull that moisture out of you. They're going to bind to something, but you got to get it moving. Got it? So make sure that you go over the top 10 list. Make sure you check it twice. Okay. All right, Big B.
Okay, all right, we'll come inside here. This is Bianca's. Can psyllium husk help with weight loss and blood sugar control? Is
Absolutely.
it okay?
That's exactly what it is. That's what in a lot of the colon cleanses are selenium husk.
Okay.
Sometimes some people have a little problem with selenium husk, but it is roughage. It is for the purpose of literally like a dragnet, pulling the toxins and binding to things to move it out. It's actually all of the colon cleansers, you're going to see them, they're going to have it on there. Matter of fact,
Is it
here's
okay
mine
to
here.
take that every day?
It depends. It depends on where you are. You know, if you're
Okay.
taking, you would take it in a cycle. You don't take it every single day. No, don't do that. It's always
Oh,
cleanse every change of seasons. Got it?
oh, I meant the psyllium husk.
Yep. Change of seasons. You shouldn't be
Okay.
taking it every single day. You got to make sure we're trying to get what's called the desired result, which means that you can take it through a season. So if you're doing a cleanse every change of seasons, every what, 3, 4 months,
Mm-hmm.
that's really where you are right there. Okay. So what's happening is, remember, these are again binders. So binders are going to what? Bind to those toxins, and then it's going
Mm-hmm.
to push it out of you. But you got to give it some help with, meaning that your water. So keep your water up, especially with selenium husk. That's going to draw a lot of. It's going to draw a lot of water out of you. Okay. So watch the crackers, the extra stuff. It's always the extra stuff,
It's
Big
all
B.
that extra, yeah, no doubt, my
Always
man.
the extra stuff. People say, "Oh, well, I didn't know peanut butter would do that to you." Yep.
Yeah, buddy, and that's a fact.
Don't take a colon cleanse and eat peanut butter. All right.
Oh my goodness. Can I ask my other question while I'm
Sure,
on?
sure, go
Okay,
ahead,
go ahead.
Bianca.
Yes.
So the matcha tea,
Mhm.
is that okay to take daily in spite of the fact that it has caffeine in it?
Well, like I said, caffeine is not a bad thing. It's just bad for certain people who have a problem with caffeine. Remember,
Oh, okay.
caffeine drives the system. It moves a what they say a retard system, a system that's basically cannot move. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why it moves. So it's not a problem. It's just a problem for some people who have a problem with caffeine. Got
Mm-hmm.
it? So that's
Okay.
why it's a natural element. So it's something that you'll find in a lot of teas will have a little caffeine. Just like the
Mm-hmm.
coffees have caffeine, but they drive the system to move. But some people who have issues with nervous system, adrenal issues with the adrenal glands, things like that, that's not good for them. Got it? Because it may
Okay.
spike your cortisol levels, things like that. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
All right. Good
Thank
stuff. Good
you.
stuff. Mm-hmm. All
Okay,
right.
Bianca. All right, who's that? That's Cecilia. You there?
Hey, Cecilia.
Cecilia?
Hi, how you doing?
Great. How about yourself?
Good. Happy belated birthday, Dr. Paul.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
I
What's
have
going on?
I
Mm-hmm.
have two questions, one for me, one for my son. The first one is, can you tell us again about how you get psoriasis? Like, is it a form of skin cancer, and what can you do to get rid of it?
Remember, psoriasis is like anything, the outbreak of the skin. It just means you're detoxing. That's your liver. Got it? So that's always a liver activity. That's the first thing you got to do is get the water right. So you got your son on the right water, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's the number one thing. And then the next thing is to make sure it's the right amount of water.
Right.
Got it? And then you got to enforce that because that's the key to getting that thing clean. Now, we do have those liver cleanses that initially are done, so we attack it from the force of the internal, which is the specific herbs that are good for the liver, but also topical, so it would draw. So certain ones would go on the skin, someone you would take in internally. So that's where assessment is in order, but you got to make sure he stays away from those top 10 toxic foods. Got it? How old is your
Right.
son?
29?
29.
Mhm.
And what is he on any meds or anything right now?
No.
Okay, so definitely he got to watch the diet. Got to watch. I would pull off the meats right now. Got to watch the meats, things like that. We kind of scale it down because you got to see where the assessment is in order first of all. But after that, we'll see where he is. Then we can move forward to help him because sometimes people when they have some outbreaks in the skin has a lot to do with exposure to certain things. Watch the shellfish. Shellfish is very contaminated right now. Be careful. All right.
He had it on his arm, and he said it was like clearing up on his arm, bananas in his scalp.
Yeah, it's moving. That sounds parasitic. Not to say diagnose, treat, kill, prevent AZ. Just have him come on in and get an assessment. I can help him with that. Okay. Because
Gotcha.
sometimes, you know what happens when Big B when you see stuff moving like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like it has a level of intelligence, and it does.
Yeah, man.
Especially, I see a lot of this with the guys that go to the barbers. Like the guys that go to the barber shop, and some of them that are, they may be not cleaning the clippers properly
Yes,
and
so
may
very
catch
true.
a little parasitic activity. And then from one person to the next person, the person starts to get breakouts around the side of their neck. I had one situation where the person broke out in the back of their neck and they started getting all the bumps. And the more they treated it with the herbs, it moved all the way around to the ear and to the front of the head. So it's almost like it was running. Got it? So what does that mean? Definitely parasitic activity. Watch the sugar. You got to watch the sugar when it comes to things like that. So Cecilia, make sure you tell them stay off the sugar. Sugar is one of the accelerants for that.
That's probably his biggest problem too.
Ooh, big one. That's major. That's major. Sugar is always the case because that's what parasites love, some sugar. Oh yeah, they love sugar. Matter of fact, they're gonna dial it up for some sugar. They're gonna say, you know what? Send up the menu. They
Yeah,
gonna
man.
dial up
Yeah,
the
man.
menu. It's 8 o'clock. The Dance with the Stars is on. Go up there and go in that refrigerator and get that ice cream like you should. And then that's exactly
Man.
what. And then people going in like this, like zombies, like they going in. And yeah, you gotta watch the sugar. Let me tell you.
Okay,
Hey,
so my second question was, how
okay.
you was telling us about how if you crave sugar, that means something is like, I guess the liver is wrong. If you crave salt, then that means something else is.
That was
Like I wrote that stuff down, but I can't find it. So can you go over that again before we leave
Well, I can
tonight?
just go over those two because that's a whole breakdown, and I don't want to leave information, and that I have to cover it completely before I give it out. But I can give you those two. Got it?
Okay.
So sugar is always dealing with how you give and receive love. Got it? Got it? Because we've been conditioned even from children. Think about it. As when we're children, we're what? Here, little boy, little girl, have a lollipop. It's a
Amen.
level of reward system.
Rewarded.
Got it? It's a reward system. So you go over to auntie's house. Come on over here and give me some sugar. Or honey, I'm home. Everything is
Yeah,
an
man.
endearment of sugar. Got it? It's a reward system. So when we are going through something, we tend to gravitate towards if you're going through hard times or something happened, could be in the work. I always use the example like if you went to work one day and everybody got on your last nerve, right? And you said, well, you know what? I'm tired of everybody. I'm going home. You go home, and what do? You go in there, grab that ice cream out there, go up in your room, slam the door, get in the bed, and you eat all that whole ice cream watching TV. Because guess what? They got on my nerves. Now I need love today. I need some love right now.
With the cookies and cake.
Cookies and cake.
Yes, Lord.
That was Lydia. That sounds
Yeah,
like
I was ready.
Nas.
I was ready. Yeah, buddy.
They know this to the degree of that it's dealing with this love and affection so much that they apply it to even the branding. Remember what I was telling y'all about Haagen-Dazs? You remember I was telling you, Lydia know this more than anybody. Haagen-Dazs. What do you think Haagen-Dazs means? What does Haagen-Dazs mean?
I don't know.
You would think it means something like German because it's got the German symbols on the top, right?
Oh, it's sugary something. It's got something to do with sweets. Toxins or something.
No, actually, it means absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
But it's good.
But it sounds like a breath. It sounds like relief. That's what it sounds like. Haagen-Dazs.
That's deep, dog.
They got us good. They got them good.
That's deep, man.
That's it. It
Butter
means nothing.
pecan.
It means nothing, but it sounds like relief because people are going through such things that they need love. So give yourself some love. Give yourself some Haagen-Dazs. You got it? So this is the
Oh,
thing that we say. Now, it doesn't always mean that you need love. Sometimes you need to give love too, because it works both ways. So that means you may need to do more humanitarian work. You need to do more work at your mosque or your church or your organization, what you're doing. You have to figure out when you get those cravings. Hold up, let me pause for a second. What is this really saying about me? You know, am I needing something here? Do I need more love or do I need to give more love?
I'm
So
going to change my
sugars
better
are
today.
Sugar always has to deal with the ability to give.
Oh,
It
And
good. Where's
receive
how
that?
you
love.
give or receive love. Now,
Mm-hmm.
salt is the absolute opposite. Salt means salty. Yes, you're mad. You're mad. Anger. It's a sign of anger that usually attaches also to things that crunchy and salty at the same time. So what you want those salty chips, those salty, something
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
wanna
yeah,
bring it
yes.
down. They're getting on my nerves. You gotta crunch it down. You got it? So that's what it does. They say, why are you so salty all the time? Why are you all so salty? That's to
So,
where that comes from. So
so
you gotta
what if you crave?
it's based on this is based on cravings. This is food and emotional cravings and emotional how we attach to food. That's what that whole program we did that time. I did a whole class on that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
What if you crave pepper? Does that mean anything?
Hot, 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 critical. Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, hot. That's almost like it. Like, still, who you mad at?
Mm-hmm.
Who you mad
oh
at?
wow.
Who got on your
Who
last
got on
nerves
your last
today?
nerves? What's going on? Yep. You want a challenge. You're also that means challenge. It's a challenge. Hot pepper. People want hot pepper. Like a lot of hot pepper. It's challenging. Some people know that if you don't have something hot on that food, then it ain't food unless you got hot sauce on everything. So it's a
Yeah, yeah.
challenge. It's challenging. So keep that in mind. Maybe I'll go over that again one day. All
Okay.
right. All
Okay.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cecilia. Appreciate
Okay.
you.
All right, Doc, we've got I'm looking at the time here. You said that you had to get out early tonight.
Yeah,
So
I gotta go.
we
I gotta go out early today.
all
Yeah.
right, we got Nita and Quincy in there. And so Vanessa, can we do those two so that you can do what you wanted to do, some things you
Sure.
wanted to
Sure.
share before?
Sure.
And
Sure.
so okay. So Nita, you're next.
Yes. I just want to bring up the cholesterol thing is really a pet peeve of mine.
Mm.
And I know when people go to um, the doctor talks about the HDL and the LDL, quote
Hmm.
unquote, what they call good cholesterol, which is the HDL and the bad cholesterol. But as you said, there is nothing bad or good. So people work on not using that term.
That's
Your
right.
body makes 75% of cholesterol.
That's
So if
right.
your body makes about 75%, your body needs it.
That's right. It's a
The
balancer.
25% comes from the food you eat, and mainly animals.
Yeah. That's
Back
right.
in 85, and so you have to watch the system, the medical system, and it's all money.
Mm-hmm.
The levels were back then, like for men, 200, 300. You
Mm.
know, they don't want you to go with 300. For
Hmm.
women, it was like 285. But then they lowered it to 200. So,
Hmm.
and then lowered it lower. And why do you think that reason is? So they
Oh,
They give you the medicine.
that's
Yep.
right. That's right. That's right.
One thing I want, if you don't take anything, and I will repeat it again because the more you hear it, it'll stick. And they talk about the cholesterol because they say, oh, you're at risk for having a heart attack, risk disease. They don't ever really talk to you about the ratio. The
Mm.
ratio
Hmm.
is what determines your risk for heart disease.
Hmm.
And how
Hmm.
to obtain your ratio, you take your HDL, your HDL, and you divide it by your total cholesterol, and that gives you your risk factor. If your
Hmm.
risk factor numbers are low, you're not at risk. If they are
Mm.
high, then you are at risk.
Hmm.
And doctors will not mention it about risk factors. They don't talk about it at all.
Yeah.
And don't take my word for it. Just Google it and ask about the risk factors of cholesterol, and it'll tell you.
Yeah.
Risk
Yeah.
factors is the one that determines whether you are at risk. So get to know your risk factors.
Yeah, and you know what, Nitha, when you always thank you so much, first of all, for that, because
Thank
that's
you.
so important with cholesterol. Now, I was when you stimulated the conversation one time before, and I did find, if I could find it, there is a cholesterol ratio calculator. It's a calculator, and if I'll see if I can find that before we leave. But these are so important that you know your numbers. You know, when it comes to cholesterol, you know, remember when they're telling you anything that's bad, they're telling you that it's bad. It's not bad. If the body still makes it, it can't be bad. Number one.
Right. Uh-huh.
So really, when we look at the numbers, it comes back to your liver again. You got to watch those oils. I'm telling you, when we pull people off of those cholesterol on those oils, those synthetic oils, guess what? Numbers come back to balance. So I want to just say to you, get your numbers, like Nitha said. Know your numbers when it comes to cholesterol, but also cholesterol ratio means a lot. And there is a calculator. Let me see if I can find it. Big B, I'm going to see if I can find that.
All right. That'll be
Do
good.
not accept, oh, it's good, it's bad.
That's right.
Or,
Yeah.
I want to know the numbers or get copies of your lab work.
That is so.
Get to know how to read them.
Yes.
And
yes. And you know what? That's the number one thing that happens when I sit down with folks and say, okay, well, what's your cholesterol? They didn't bring their numbers. So I said, well, what's your numbers? He said, oh, they said it was all right. I said, well, what's all right? So was it almost there? Almost not there? Where's your numbers? You got to know where these numbers are.
Yes, that is totally unacceptable.
It's absolutely unacceptable. You're okay. You're okay. No, he's not okay. What is my number?
What does that mean? They okay for you, but I wanted to be okay with me.
Right. Or also help me with when you get your blood and your urine numbers. If you don't understand it, ask them to explain it to you.
Yes.
You don't sit there and just decide and come home, because people will come in and ask me, and I said, well, wait a minute, didn't you have a question when you were in the office? Why didn't you ask? You got to ask that question. You got to put them on the hot seat, and I understand that there's a time factor now. They don't want to spend a whole lot of time with you, but put that on your list of things when you first come into the office. Yeah. You got to start to have your list of things prepared. Don't just go to the office with not a pen and pad and not prepared, and you're not having those things to cover, because this is your health. Nothing is more important than your health. And remember, they work for you. You don't work for them. They work for you. Got it?
Absolutely.
Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. All right. Thank you, Neith. I appreciate you. That was excellent. Excellent points. All right. Let's see. Who else we have here, Big B? You got
okay.
And I want to cover one thing.
We're Quincy Vanessa.
Good evening, Dr. Paul.
Hey, Quincy. What's up, buddy?
What's up? Are you familiar with pumpkin seed oil for the prostate?
Absolutely.
Along with what is it? Cauliflower extract?
Yep. And all of those are high in zinc. That's the key factor.
Okay.
Zinc. It's always going to be zinc. Zinc is what helps to balance the prostate numbers, and it also helps the male reproductive system general. That's what zinc. That's how powerful zinc is. So usually you have you got all kinds of things. You got a lot of formulas that deal specifically with the prostate. Now, if you have not downloaded that list, go to my website. Did you ever grab that list off my website for the prostate? I gave all of those different things for the prostate.
Yeah, but I probably need to do it again.
Okay, go ahead to my website. That's www.drpaulherbs.com.
Gotcha.
When you go there, just look for right there where it has the herbs for every man should know.
Okay.
Okay, that's important. Yep.
But yeah, thank you.
Good stuff. All right.
That's great.
Appreciate
That's
you.
it, man.
Now, I had something before, because I gotta take off a little early today. We're working on a project here, so I want to just leave the family with a question. Okay, and I got everybody's attention. Raise your hand if I can see you. Raise your hand if you're there. Raise your hand. All right, I'm gonna come back to the family. Good. All right, just make sure everybody's here. We got about 150 people in here right now. Here's my question: Do you properly understand when I come back and I'll tell y'all about how important it is for the pH? You heard that pH, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What does that mean to you? And do you get it? That's my question today. If you don't quite understand it, I want to clarify that today. Got it? Because when it all comes down to when it all just means whether you're eating this or that or drinking this or drinking that, guess what it comes down to? The pH every
Mm-hmm.
time. It's the word we say, it's all about the
The
pH.
pH.
Got it? The potential for hydrogen. So if you don't understand quite about that, just give me a yell or something. Give me a handshake, something that you don't quite understand. Does everybody understand what
Come on,
that
come on,
is?
everybody. Come on. If you
And
don't
everybody
understand,
like,
yes.
does anybody like need an explanation of what that
Yes.
is?
Yes.
And
Yeah,
okay,
hit that review.
okay, I'm giving you a real quick review. Now remember, hydrogen is the greatest source of energy in the universe. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hydrogen, right? Everything is H2O, right? It's in water. It's in the table it's in the chair you're sitting. It's in the air. It's everywhere. It's the what makes life life. Got it? So when we have it in things like water, or foods and things like that, it means that hydrogen has the ability to have one plus and one negative ion. So it always moves. It's always moving. So it's moving and it's in the balance. So here's the thing. When you have it spinning to the right side, moving to the right is what? Y'all remember what it is? If it's spinning, molecules spin. So when energy spins, it spins to the right. Which way is that going? That is what?
Male. Male. Male?
Male.
Female.
No.
Alkaline.
Female.
Alkaline.
If it's moving to the right,
Alkaline.
if it's moving to the right, it's a term called anion. Got it?
Antion.
ANION. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That means it's moving in a what? Female
Female.
spin. That's right. Where I'm building up. And is it fast or slow?
Fast.
Slow.
Fast.
Female is what? Fast or slow?
Slow. Slow.
Slow.
Slow.
See, we got to go over this again.
Slow.
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 Female is no.
Oh boy.
Female is slow.
Yes.
Remember? Slow. Building up slow. Productive. It moves slow. Male is what?
Left
Fast.
turn and
Destruction.
They tear down.
Cation. Right.
Down.
Cation. Cation spins to the left
Left.
and
Okay.
fast. That means it tears down. Heat, destruction, tears stuff up. All right. Breaks down things. That's why we need the balance of both of these things, because we live in what's called a duot system. The duot system means that we deal with male and female. Everything around us is male and female. So that means like you breathe in and you breathe out. One's male principle, one's female, right? So if I'm breathing in, is that male or female?
Female.
That's female.
Why?
No.
Prove it to me.
I say it's
Because it's hydrogen.
Because you're taking in
Giving you light.
oxygen.
You
You're
breathe
taking in
in.
the anion.
Mm-hmm. You take it in.
Right. I'll
When you
accept
breathe
that.
out, it's the byproduct
Being
of oxygen.
nourished.
It's the waste, right? And tear
Right, it's
down
the waste.
destruction is waste.
waste.
And you breathe out fast. So you breathe in
Fast.
slow and you breathe out fast, right? So that's male. That's
male.
female in, because when you're breathing in, you're nurturing. That's what the female principle is, also nurturing, right? So you're breathing out fast because that's getting that waste out of it. That's what? Carbon dioxide. So if that's the case, then oxygen is what? Is that male or female?
Female.
Right. Oxygen is female, and then carbon dioxide has to be
Inhale.
male. Now we're getting somewhere. I think you're feeling me now. You got it? So you can compare male-female principle to everything in life. When you drive in your car, right? You gotta hit the gas, you hit the brake. One's male, one's female. Which one is male?
Hitting the gas.
You got it. Hitting
That's
the
right.
brake, right?
That's
Yeah.
female.
Many of y'all females, y'all done threw a brother in plenty of stop signs.
Well, to get off my phone.
You're moving too fast.
You're moving too fast, my brother.
Back up, homie.
Slow it down.
Go up.
All right. So this is the concept of balance that we're looking for. So every element in the elemental chart has a either balance of male or female principles, which moves the energy to create that element. You got it? So in foods, we have foods that fall on that chart that may be alkaline and some may be acid. It doesn't mean they're bad if they're on the acid side. It just means that some people may need some acid to balance out their alkaline and vice versa. Now, there is a balance, and the balance is usually called the 80-20 split. Y'all write that down, 80-20 split. 80% alkaline,
20%.
20% acid puts you right into that factor in that space where you're looking at about a pH somewhere around a 6.5 to a 7.5. Got it? Y'all got me, right? 6.5 to 7.5.
Say that again, 80%? 80%?
80-20. 80% alkaline,
Alkaline.
Okay.
20% acid. That's usually where we're trying to do the split, all right? Matter of fact, I'll show you the chart real quick. I'll show it to you real quick. Let's see. Let's grab that pH chart. Here's the chart right here. Big B. Let me know when you can see it, okay?
You got it, buddy.
I'm going to share that. Boom. All right, y'all see that?
Yes, sir. There it is. You got it.
See the 80-20? 80% alkaline, 20% acid. That means we're trying to maximize ourselves to be between things right here, 6.5 to 7.5. If you can stay in here, what does that say, y'all? What does that say? Body heals itself 11 times faster. Wow, that's amazing. That means also that's the balance of life right there. That means also if you know things like bacteria, virus, fungus, sepsis, parasites, cancer, COVID, all that stuff can't live in there.
Yeah, man.
Y'all got me? So this
Yes, sir.
isn't that where you want to be?
Yes.
So when you're doing this, most people are between here, 5.0 to 6.0. I'm going to tell you, when we do the pH, most people over here, look what's over here. What's over here? Fear, tiredness, stress, anger,
Fungus.
bacteria, virus, fungus, parasites, all chronic diseases live over here. This is where the food is. So how can the food here bring you here when it lives there? Got it? So that means that's why you got to eat food that is in this zone. You got to eat life begets life. Ain't that what the word says?
Amen.
Yes. Only life can give you life. Dead can't give you life. Only thing dead can do is stay dead. Got it? So stop giving yourself dead food expecting it to give you life because it tastes good.
I know
Got
that's
it?
right.
I hear you.
Y'all got me?
Right.
So on the opposite side, you do have alkaline. That's called, in extreme cases of alkaline, are just as bad or even more bad than having too much acid. Did you know that? You could have alkaline that'll take you out of here faster than you do when you're being acid.
I know that's right. Yeah,
Right,
buddy.
because that one means alkalosis. You can have too much alkaline in the body, and it can have the same things. Look at this: lightheadedness, nauseousness, confusion, liver congestion, fatigue. All chronic diseases are on here also. So just like we say, not too low, too acid, not too high, alkaline, 80-20 split. And that means we got to stay in this zone right here. That's the female principle right here. She's spinning slow and in balance. Usually the perfect number would be 7.3. Write that down. 7.3. That's a perfect number. 7.3. But we got to get you at least to 6.5. Got it? So you see how this brings life to you. It regenerates every cell in your body. We have about 150 trillion cells that make up who we are. And each
Yes,
one of them
yes,
has
yes.
a little car engine. And that car engine is what? Hydrogen.
Hydrogen, yes.
So if you start to now focus on your pH, you focus on every element of your being on this planet. Do y'all understand? That is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you have to do? You have to test yourself. So if you're looking at things, I want you to go over here. When we come off of here, you can grab that right on my website under drpaulherbs.com and go right to downloads, and you'll see the actual. It'll say acid. It'll say pH chart. Okay, just make sure you download it. So here, y'all can see these. Big B, can you see it? I don't have my camera on right now.
pH strip.
Can you see my strips?
I see a white piece of
Yeah,
paper.
it's right. I just barely. Yep. It's
Okay,
like
yeah,
it's
here it is
shining.
right here. See this right here?
See
This
that?
is your
I can see
pH
it.
strip. This is the pH strips.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
This right here tells you everything you need. This tells you where are you moving? Are you building up with hydrogen or are you tearing down? These are what's called hydrogen treated strips. So when it touches saliva and another one touches urine, always test this before a meal, never after a meal, always before a meal. Got it? And when you do that, you take your log, get a log together, and you see where your pH is. And when you start to do this, you're going to see something amazing. You're going to learn something about your body. You say every time, certain time of the day, I get this acid going on. So the key is to keep the pH as high as you can throughout the day, because this is what we're doing all throughout the day, Big B, right here. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up.
Okay.
So here we go. Here we go. Last thing. I want everybody to grab your strips. And I want you to start to test yourself and get a log ready and then start to now test yourself. So here's the last thing. The last thing is the formula. The formula is what? Y'all remember the formula?
Yeah.
What's the formula for pH?
Yeah.
2 and 1.
Two and one.
Two times the saliva,
Two times
two times the saliva plus the
One
pH
urine.
of the urine and divided by 3.
Yeah.
2 plus saliva plus, right? Not times, or is it plus?
Okay, let me show you what it looks like. You can grab this on, if you go to my website again and download the log. You can download the log. It's a high blood pressure. It's called the Dr. Paul Detox Health Challenge log. That's what you want to look for, detox log. I'm going to show you last thing, Big B, and we out of here.
Okay,
I thought this was really important that we cover this.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
This is the log right here.
Yeah.
Okay, and you see where you can put your date, time, your pressure, systolic, diastolic, pulse pressure. You can do the pH right here. You can put your weight. You can even, if you're diabetic, track your glucose. And I want you to start to write down how you feel. You'll notice that the way you feel has a lot to do with your pressure and also your pH.
Yeah.
If you start to track yourself, that's how important it is. At the very bottom, here is your formula. Here's the pH formula calculation. You double the saliva because on the actual, there's a table on the back of all the pH strips. So the back of there, I want you to check the color. When it touches saliva, it turns a color, match the color to the table, whatever the color is, write it down. You get a saliva and you get a urine. Got it? So double the saliva, add to the urine, divide by 3. And then that gives you your pH. And that tells you where you are. So where should you be? Because where should you be on the pH? You should be between where?
6.5,
6.5 and 7.5.
You got it. You got it.
Hey,
And
Dr.
you can-
Paul, can I ask you a
What's the
question?
name of the strips? Because I had the wrong ones. It's
No,
like-
you can get any of them out there. There's one called Piping Rock. Piping Rock is good. They come on strips or they come on rolls. Either way, you want to grab whatever one you have. They're always going to have a table in the back. Got it?
Okay.
They're always going to have a table. I want y'all to start to concentrate on this because we get distracted by the food and what to eat and what not to eat.
Sure.
And we're not paying attention to the very thing that says, I got your back. I'll tell you if it's good or not.
So
I'm
true.
the
So
one
true.
that balances everything. The body is a perfect system created by a genius. So
Mhm.
that means the blueprint, which is deoxyribonucleic
Nucleic
acid, the
acid. Yeah.
DNA, is your blueprint. Matter of fact, it's like a melanin chart. How about that?
Well,
Isn't that kind of what a
yeah,
blueprint
but
looks like?
yeah, but
Oh, boy,
yes,
you better
sir.
stop,
Yeah.
baby.
Well,
That is your blueprint, is your DNA. And it tells you if this is right or wrong. So that's why we have to let this body tell itself. I'm going to go into probably in the next week or so, talk about how, the body is telling on itself. You remember how we did the face charts? We did the
Yes.
hand charts. We did the what? The
Yes.
feet chart. All
Yes.
of this is the body talking to you. You ain't got to cut, rip, or burn nothing out. All you got to do is look at the body, and it's
it
telling
is
you.
the truth.
It's
Yes, sir.
telling you everything going on with you.
But
Can you
listen,
talk about the pulse pressure next time?
Yes. Pulse pressure. We can do pulse pressure also. Now, pulse pressure is really simple. It's very simple. See on this chart here. Are we still on it? Are we still?
No,
Are
no,
y'all still on?
we're over that
All right.
now.
Let me come on. Let me come on one more time because that's an important one. I'm glad you brought that up, Lydia. See, this is pulse pressure right here. Pulse pressure right here is the distance between the systolic and the diastolic.
Yeah.
Got it? People forget about the pulse and they don't take it in consideration. This is very, very important. Your pulse pressure should be right here. See right there at the bottom? Pulse pressure is the difference between systolic and diastolic. 30 to 40 is normal. Got it? There is another pulse chart that I have, which actually goes into it a little deeper. What's less than anything less than 30 or over 40 means levels of the body tearing down. You're in chronic condition state or either acute or chronic. And
Mhm.
it'll go into how you're trying to maximize that number. Get into that zone there. If you're not in that zone, yep, we got some pressure issues. Got it?
Yep.
So keep that in mind. But that's a good one, Lydia. That's how you would look at it, okay? 30 to 40, the distance between your systolic, which is your top number, diastolic is the bottom number. Got it? So keep
Okay.
that in mind. All right? All right.
All right,
So
buddy.
we're gonna follow up maybe next week on a little bit more of the female male principle, and I'm gonna give y'all some testing things. I'm gonna throw some things out there just to keep you on point. So
Good.
what's the most important thing you need to be checking on? Your barometer of health is what? To
pH.
know
To know
your
thyself.
pH.
pH.
And to know thyself, right? That's to
Mhm.
know thyself. So what else? What a perfect way is to measure this by just taking your pH, and you can do it every day. You can buy these. There's 100 in here. There's 100 in
100. I
here.
heard that.
There's 100 in here.
There's 100 in
Well,
there,
like
y'all.
I think it's like 10, 15 bucks. If you go on the website, I think they're selling them for like $5 now. So take advantage of that, but I want y'all to don't get distracted. Go back to the real centerpiece and see what your pH is. It'll tell a lot about you. Got it? All right. Okay, Big B, we got to wrap it up,
Hey,
y'all.
man. Yes, sir, buddy. We got to roll.
And with that, we're wrapping it up. Big B, tell everybody how they can be a part of the family tree and how they can, be a part of helping us keep this thing going,
Keep
Big
this
B.
thing going, y'all. Hey, guys, as always, to make sure that you, excuse me, that you get a copy of tonight's chat. Again, remember, always do what? Send me an email. And by the way, a lot of the questions, you got to get them. Like tonight, with our time being short, make sure you send me an email so I can get a copy of the chat out to you, okay? And because what I always do, so Dr. Wall will let you know, I also include the links for both the videos for Facebook and YouTube in the email that I send out, so you don't have to be looking for it. All you can do is click on the link and it comes up, all right? Again, that's mechavideo at gmail.com. That's mechavideo at gmail.com. And of course, to continue to support us here, that you do what? You use my Cash App. That Cash App is $ Bill Morgan. That's $ BILMORGAN. All right. And following that, you can also do what? You can, if you use through your bank, that ID number is mechavideo at Comcast.net. Again, mechavideo at Comcast.net. And of course, we got a P.O. Box in Mullica Hill. That's Bill Morgan. Okay, P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Guess what? Bring your friends, bring enemies, bring your frenemies, bring everybody right here to the family tree. See you next week. Dr. P.
Did you learn anything tonight?
Yeah, buddy.
Put
Yes,
your
sir, man.
hands together, y'all. Put your hands together.
Yep.
I want to get my
Yep.
with the most. Big B.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir, buddy.
I don't know where we're getting it. Somebody better mute themselves.
Yeah. So we're getting a lot of feedback, so.
Oh my goodness.
There we go.
There was somebody really bad.
Yeah. It was getting double back.
Yeah, but it is Sam. I think that's Samuel. It says Samuel. So make sure you mute yourself, y'all. I just want to say thank you so much. Again, thank you for the birthday wishes and all the things that y'all have this week has been powerful, and I appreciate y'all so much. I love y'all even more. How about that? I want to thank you so much that you continue to take this information. Don't sit on it. You make sure that you be responsible for what God has given you in your life as information to help somebody else. Because guess what? When you know something, you got to be telling somebody, right?
I know that's right. Yes, sir, buddy.
So that's why we say, let's give our man, the host with the most, Big B up there, Bill.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, man. Yes, sir, man. Loving it. Serving.
I just want to leave y'all with one thing, and remember, be encouraged, love the family, and remember, if you're breathing,
you got it. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
All right, we're going to tap it out.
Yeah.
Tapping out. Come on.
Come on, y'all.
I see you, Marcy. Marcy on me, Big B. She on me. Come on down. Tap. Gotta tap yourself. Who's tapping every morning? Are y'all tapping every morning? You should be tapping every morning. They said when they showed that children tap more in the morning, guess what? They were not in the states of anxiety.
Yes, sir, buddy.
Woo! What is that?
Yeah.
On the inside. Flip that hand over. Yeah, there you go. All the way up to the shoulder. There you go. Whatever you do on one side, you got to do the other side. Got it? All the way up to the shoulder. Come on.
Yeah, buddy.
Open it up on the inside. On the inside. And breathe. Come on.
All right. Hey.
And we always check the inside right here. Tap.
Yep.
I see you, Yvette. I see you yawning over there, Yvette. I see you.
Get it, lady. Get it, lady.
What's on that right side? What's that right side? The what?
Your liver.
Yeah. You mean your other right? And then what's on that left side?
Pancreas and spleen.
Tap it. Come on. Wake it up. That's right. Good. And then also you can do this too. See your fist like this? Everybody look like you want to box somebody. I'm going to knock you out. All right, take that. And then I want you to put it in the very back. If you can reach to your back, right there where you can reach it. And I want you to start to rub it like this. Just rub your back like that.
Yep.
That's your kidneys right there, y'all. Woo.
Well,
that feel like a massage, don't it?
Well.
That's how you wake the kidneys up right there. Wake the kidneys up and breathe. And breathe in and out. Good. And breathe. Good. All right. Good. That's good. Shake it out. Come on.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, shake it out. Shake the hands.
Yeah.
You should be doing this every day, by the way. Y'all can't see it, but we gonna do the same tap with your legs. When you get off, you want to tap your legs all the way down to your knees, and as far as you can take it. All right. You got to get all that activity and get that lymphatic system moving.
Buddy.
Got it? All right. Breathe in.
Back in your knees.
Breathe out. Good. Music is rolling right with y'all, right? Breathe in. Woo. Breathe out. Good. All right. Breathe in. Come on, big one. Breathe out. There you go. Breathe in. One more. Breathe out. Good. And shake it out. There you go.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah,
See, you got to loosen it up a little bit. Roll your head like this a little bit. Yeah, right. Don't roll nothing off now.
Don't fall out your chair while you're rolling your head.
Don't fall out your chair. And definitely don't do this if you're driving. Okay?
No doubt.
All right, now that you got nice and move, I want you to move the shoulders like this. Move the shoulders. Go forward. You know, you can build up a lot of tension in your shoulders.
Man, who you telling?
You know, my
It
masseuse
can
says
beat you up
that's
too
where
if you're not
all
careful.
of the tension rides right in that shoulders. Right? Stop. So when you go forward enough time, stop and go backwards. Go backwards. Go backwards. Yeah, and breathe. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe, Marcy.
Yep.
There you go. Marcy will tell you she got that bass in her hand. She gotta have that bass when she plays. And she moving that shoulder, right? There you go. All right, good. And the last one, we want to clap it up. Come on, clap it up. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. All right, I want to thank our Facebook fam over there that's listening. Hopefully
Yes, indeed.
y'all joining us. Yeah.
11,
Come on, get that energy
Rosalind.
going. All right,
Yeah,
I want you to
Ernie.
do some clapping to get that
Eddie
energy
Miller,
going.
Cynthia,
Yeah.
all these folk right there on Facebook,
All right,
buddy.
all right. We're going to start to rub now. Rub together. Come on,
Cynthia
come
Douglas,
on. Get that heat going. Get that heat
Rosalind
going.
Allen, Eddie
Good.
Miller.
Y'all feel that heat?
Yeah.
You better go to bed. See, y'all
Yeah,
ain't
buddy.
too long, bro. See, this is really relaxing her.
I'll be up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
All right, clap and rub. Clap and rub. Get that heat going. Clap and rub. This is called an energy bath, y'all.
Yeah, buddy.
This is an energy bath.
Yeah,
And stop. And move it on down. Don't touch yourself. Don't touch yourself.
Well.
Just roll it over there with good intention. See right there?
Yeah.
Woo. Relieves a lot of stress. Woo. Feel like you can raise the hair off your arms, Big B.
Well, I know that's right, buddy.
Yeah.
Arms is doing this.
One more.
Hey.
One. Come on. Clap and rub. Clap. Clap and rub. Clap and rub. Clap and rub and stop. And move the top one. Keep the bottom one still. Can you feel that energy? Can you do
Wow,
like that?
wow,
You can feel that
wow,
energy. It's
wow.
almost like you feel like a pulsing action going on. That's your
Yeah, but-
energy. Big B,
Yeah, but-
with good intentions.
Yeah.
Put that on yourself. Bless yourself. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And remember, thanks for chiming in with the fam.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Tree.
All right, everybody.
All right, all right.
Is
Good
that
night.
purple for your birthday month, Amethyst?
Yeah, this is the amethyst. That is right. Purple for the higher consciousness. That's
All right, man. Yeah, buddy.
Good looking out. Good
See
looking
you on the
out.
weekend, Dr. P.
All right, love y'all much. Love
All right,
y'all
man.
much.
Blessings.
God bless. Good night.
All right, all right.
Take care. Happy birthday.
You
All
got
right,
it.
thank you.
Take care, Dr. Kofi.
All right, all right. Y'all is a mess.
Good night,
I tell you.
Sarita.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna do a little countdown as we going out.
Yep.
Thank everybody for joining
man.
in. It's been a great program tonight. And with that, we're gonna time it down, Big B.
Yeah, man.
10, 9,
Yep.
8,
Yep.
7,
Got it now.
6,
Right.
5,
Uh-huh.
4,
Right.
3,
Yep.
2,
Yep.
and 1. Good night. We'll see y'all
Good night, everybody.
Have a good
See you on
one.
the weekend,
We'll see
Dr.
you on the
P. Blessings, everybody.
on the family tree.
Yes, sir.
And Big B, we'll see you, buddy.
You got it,
on
man.
the weekend.
You got
All
it.
right?
Man. Blessings.
All right. Take care.
Thanks for great session.
I got my Social Security rundown too, buddy.
You got Social Security run down.
Gotta
Get
run
your-
down, dude.
Print out your stuff like D told you.
Yeah, man.
Better write it down.
I don't be playing.
I printed mine today, as a matter of fact.
All right, Rita.
There you go.
Good
Oh,
night,
I
man.
love this groove right here. Woo. Woo. Man, that feels good.
All right.
All right. All right, buddy.
All right, buddy.
All right, take care.